Meanwhile, the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process said decommissioned combatants will undergo registration, verification, and validation process. They will then be provided immediate cash assistance amounting to 25,000 pesos and Philhealth cards. More details from Freddie Abando.
The decommissioning of MILF forces will happen tomorrow in Maguindanao, a move that paves the way for the normalization process to end over 4 decades of conflict in Muslim Mindanao. No less than President Aquino will witness the historic ceremony. Commitment of the MILF to show their sincerity to the peace process. The turnover will be held at Camp Darapanan, Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao, the central headquarters of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. The decommissioning will undergo 4 stages. The first stage covers 145 combatants, 75 weapons to include 55 high-powered firearms and 20 crew serve weapons will be turned over to an independent decommissioning body led by Turkey and 2 other nations. The initial batch of MILF combatants to be decommissioned a registration, verification, and validation process. The government will provide assistance of 25,000 pesos and Philhealth coverage per combatant.
There's something very good awaiting them, not only as individuals but also as members of their community, something that will not bring back the previous life, the unstable life they had experienced even as very young persons over the years, especially since the last major war that happened in 2000. Then all of these will support the process of really seeing through the decommissioning of all combatants.
Generally, sumusunod sila kung anong utos ng leadership ng MILF. But I can imagine that individually, mayroon mixed feeling Mixed feeling. Kasi nawala na yung armas nila, halimbawa. So, siyempre, on a personal level, masasabi mo na nawala na ko ng armas. Di ba? But, since they are following the leadership decision, then they have to toe the line na ito na mas maganda sa atin. Kasi sa amin, meron din sinasabi na it's obligatory on our part na pag nag-decision ng leadership, kailangan sumunod ka.
The decommissioning of MILF forces is a completely different strategy compared to what has been implemented when it signed a final peace agreement with the Moro National Liberation Front led by Nurmi Suari in 1996. 5,000 MNLF fighters were integrated to the armed forces and the Philippine National Police. The promise of granting livelihood opportunities for those not covered by the integration was not fully complied with. Government Chief Negotiator Professor Miriam Coronel Ferrer and MILF Chief Negotiator Mohager Iqbal expressed confidence government's commitment will be delivered as promised. Both Ferrer and Iqbal said the demobilization has a timetable with 75% of all the firearms to be surrendered before the plebiscite for a new Bansal Moro government.
Ginagawa natin ang lahat ng paraan para kasi meron ng mga models na nangyari, halimbawa yung nangyari sa MNLF. So at the end of the day, nakikita naman natin na although there are success stories, but not everybody are beneficiaries to the whole package. Kaya nga sa amin, maingat kami na sinasabi namin socio-economic intervention for the commission combatants and their communities. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang yung humahawak ng armas na dapat halimbawa doon sa socio-economic package na yan, pati yung mga civilians na kung saan nanggaling yung mga combatants. Kasi pag yung ina-address mo yung concern ng mga combatants, samantala yung communities hindi mo yan tinitingnan at hindi sila kasama doon sa benefits. Doon nanggaling yung mga combatants kasama yung sa mga pamilya. They
went through several surveys, not only the 145 but many other combatants. The first phase began with this survey that was undertaken by the Institute for Bangsamoro Studies, where they did the sampling of all the combatants in all areas. to be able to determine the profile, the needs, and everything, so we can begin our planning for them. Then afterwards, when the first 145 were selected, we had to do a special profiling of these 145, and also the package that would coming to terms with everything with our counterparts on the mechanisms, the process, the package, everything. All that required a lot of discussion, and now we're ready to do it.
In the meantime, Speaker Feliciano Belmonte vowed for the approval of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law when sessions resume in late July. Belmonte stressed the grant of a block grant for the new Bangsamoro Autonomous Region to implement its development plan to rebuild and recover from the conflict that has made it one of the poorest provinces of the country.
At first, when I saw that there was so much reservations from among the people in Mindanao, sabi ko sa sarili ko, should I have created a special ad hoc committee, or should I just simply have assigned it to the 4 committees? Pero as these interpellations go and as the proceedings go, I'm very happy and very satisfied with the knowledge, chairmanship, and dedication of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez and the vice chairman with him. They really went out of their way, way out of their way to learn this, to be concerned about it, to be open to debate.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.